It is Thursday. Ooh, that's my old Scud in the background.
Yep.
Very nice. Very nice. I should do that. I should probably get like a TV instead of that and just play my old YouTube content while we're doing this because I love that. That looks cool. Oh yeah, look at that.
It's probably very distracting.
Yeah.
It's dynamic.
Yeah. Well, hello everyone. I see we have some of the huge here. I like how it kicks up all the dust and crap from the dirty road.
Yeah.
Good times.
I'm drinking tonight wine. Very good.
Nice.
Back off the horse. On the horse?
Mhm.
I don't know what it's called.
Is it a good wine or a cheap everyday?
It's our default. So you know what sucks? So
Too
back
much.
in the day, Meg and I found this wonderful wine that was usually around like $6 or $7 a bottle. That was wonderful. Like it was punching way above its weight, right? That damn bottle costs like $12 now.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Jeez.
Hey, you know, like
Double.
going from 6 to 12, like it's doubled over the years. It slowly has increased over the years. Like every year it gets like $1 more, and we're like, damn it.
Just
It's
need to
still good.
lower your standards in time with inflation. Just keep it.
So now I'm supposed to buy like the box wine, I guess, because that would be about the same cost. Like,
Go back to $2 Chuck.
oh no.
Frenzia.
Ugh, God, that's not palatable.
Carlo
Your wine
Rossi.
comes with a spigot. And you-
Yeah, I mean,
You're
it still tastes like a good $30-$40 bottle. Like it's legit. It's pretty solid. Like it's one of those that's just it's a good default wine, you know, like it's not amazing, but it's never bad. So we probably have bought more of that than any other wine. Actually, I know we have bought more of that wine than any other wine on earth. So, oh well. But sometimes we like to treat ourselves and buy something nice or whatever. Oh, and then my all-time favorite wine, the Tignanello.
Yeah.
So back in the day when I first discovered it, it was like $75 to $80 a bottle. And so like I would buy one once or twice a year to treat myself, right? It's $150 to $175 a bottle now.
That's like the Aspen, or where were we when we got it at dinner on the Colorado tour? It's like that
Yeah,
price.
like 300 at that place.
Oh, okay. A little more, but still.
Yeah. Usually restaurants typically are like a 2x markup of retail for a bottle is typical.
I remember the last tour we did. I think the table went through like 5 bottles of that stuff.
We went through, I think we spent a couple $1,000 just in wine that night. It was pretty cool. Actually, I was, quick side note, I was at a restaurant back when I was in software, and I took my team out to celebrate some victory thing we had done well at, whatever. And I'm looking through, and like, oh, by the way, it's like whatever special day, you buy one bottle and you get the second bottle half off. And I'm like, really? Does that apply to all of the bottles? And they're like, yes. And I'm like, give me 2 of the Tignanellos.
Still more than the cost of one at the grocery store.
Well, we ended up buying 4 bottles between the team. So, but it was like, oh, you know.
really couldn't afford not to.
Yeah, but that was like our whole team had a very extravagant lunch. I think the bill was like $4,000.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever. Anyway, enough about wine. How is everyone doing? How are you? How are you, Gabe? How are you holding up? You're probably the.
I'm holding up. I'm good. Baby is smiling more, laughing.
Did you get the first? Do you remember the first smile?
I mean, not the first one, but now we're getting him out like all the time, and he loves to fly up in the air. You know, I hold him up and
Oh yeah,
around the house. Yeah. No, it's good. Things are good.
I can vividly remember the first time that he smiled at me.
Really?
Yeah, I was taking him for a walk, and he was in a stroller, and then he like smiled at me, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I texted Meg real quick. I'm like, "He smiled at me."
I'm good. I'm a little busier, but
I bet.
trying to join here when I can.
Nice.
It was a packed house
Um,
last week. I saw the
Yeah.
lot.
It was not bad. Yeah, we had a decent turnout last week. You know, it's never as good as when there's drama. Like the post flood live, I think we had like 400 people.
Yeah.
It's crazy how that goes. The all time high was CNC Motors. I want to say we had like 600 or 700. It was really high.
Scams and drama.
Yeah, scams and drama. So
Yeah,
apparently
worse
I just
happened today.
It's hard to get people's attention nowadays. There's so much
oh dude.
craziness
One
every
of us
second.
needs to play the villain and just always like an agitator and just
You know, it's not a bad idea. We should just we should hire someone to come into the shop and just be like,
Oh, we got a fit. Here we go.
Finally here. Jeez.
Hey, guy.
technical difficulties,
No, it's a phone call. It's like, I gotta go. It's 8:00.
business.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
How
Okay.
are how are views doing on YouTube? Are you finding it difficult, or are they trending?
Oh yeah, no, we've been getting our ass kicked in the algorithm ever since. So like we got a huge bump from the flood, right? And then, as with anything in YouTube, it's like, okay, the drama's over, no one died, okay, back to normal.
I've noticed
Yeah.
that all of the other car YouTube channels though are like struggling
Yeah.
big time.
Dude, I
Oh,
was
everyone
looking.
is.
Doug DeMuro reviewed the Mustang GTD like 2 days ago, and I think it doesn't even have 500,000 views yet.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, damn, like that's brutal. I mean, that's a really cool car, high interest, and no one's watching it. I was noting, like, honestly, it's kind of sad, but like if you're a car YouTuber, you almost gotta like venture away from cars now.
Where do you go?
Good question.
If you find the answer to that,
You do what Jeremy Clarkson did and buy a farm.
yeah, right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what we need to do. We need to buy a farm, Josh.
Yeah, I
Hell
thought
no. Not
I-
only no, but
yeah.
hell no.
Let's
I
buy
don't
a
want
golf
anything
course.
to
That's
do with
way less work.
let's
Oh,
buy a
God.
driving
golf
range.
course? No, I
Yeah.
don't want that either.
I don't play golf, but
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Apparently, they changed something with how desktop views are recorded, possibly not including users with ad block in the totals, impacting basically everyone.
Hmm.
Great.
Interesting.
Thanks,
Yeah.
YouTube.
Honestly, this might be the answer: is doing stupid, crappy, cheap projects, because
They're
the
more
high end shit.
relatable.
Yeah, it's more relatable, and every high end whatever car has already been done.
Yep.
Oh,
Well, even-
yeah. This. There,
Oh,
if
yeah.
you guys didn't know, there's a new feature which is really stupid called Hype,
Oh, jeez.
and you're allowed to hype. I think it's 2 or 3 videos a week.
Really?
Yes. So, like, if you watch one of my videos, please, 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 for the love of God, click on hype
I
and
don't
hype up
see
their
that.
videos.
I don't think I've ever seen that
Yeah.
on a
Where
video.
is that? Is
They
that the
just
end?
rolled it out. They just rolled it out.
I'm terrible though. I never like
So-
do a thumbs up to any videos though.
You can only do it. I
Josh.
think, yeah, you're only allowed to do it within the first few days of the video's release.
Oh, okay.
And you only get, like I said, 2 or 3 per week, and then it resets every week.
Oh, that's
Huh.
so weird. Okay.
Oh, it looks like it's in the comments area. Like,
Okay, it's there.
I'm just looking at an article. I hadn't heard of it.
I haven't seen it yet because I mean,
Whoops.
Yeah,
Uh,
YouTube.
alright.
I thought I was picking out some traction with my channel. I thought I figured out a format of what resonated because I had a few videos that did really well. Like
yeah.
50 to one's got like almost 250 to 300,000 views.
Wow.
And then as of like 2 or 3 videos ago, I tried to repeat that format and just like apps. It's like someone's just suppressing my views. Like
Yeah.
Yep.
it's kicking them to the ground. Like
Oh, yeah.
like less views than I had when I first started my channel. Like 1 to 200.
Dude,
Jeez.
we're way
Damn.
less views than we were years ago.
I'm like, the video may not be as good, but it's not that much worse. Where it's like that disproportionate.
Yeah.
But the funny thing is, at the same time, I've seen a couple. So there was a channel that I don't know if this is not about anything in particular other than my anecdote of this particular channel. But anyway, a random vlogger who rides a motorcycle in all these weird foreign countries. He's a guy from the UK. He just happened to be in Nepal during all the protests and crazy shit that went on last week or this week. And so like
Oh yeah, I saw that.
he was one of the first people to really show like boots on the ground video, like unedited raw video of the protests. And his channel, so I specifically saw this video. I'm like, this is going to go big. I remember like Meg and I watched this like really early on. Like we were one of like the first 20,000 viewers or something of this video. And I'm like, this video is going to go huge. And I'm like, where's this channel at? It was at 25,000 subscribers. I checked it the other day, 650,000 subscribers,
Holy shit.
26 million views on that video.
What he was filming was utter chaos.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
If you
Utter-
haven't seen that video, it's
A
absolutely
coup, right?
Yeah.
well. It was like, yeah, I mean, it was like right up there. Anyway, it's an amazing video. You should watch it.
W-
Man.
Was his
Anyway.
channel
We-
like journalism, like boots on the ground?
No, it's literally him driving around a motorcycle.
Oh,
in
it's
all these-
motorcycle.
It's a vlogger. He's a vlogger.
Wow.
But it
I've
was like
even noticed. Yeah, I've even noticed though, like the channels I subscribe to, it doesn't show me their videos.
No,
It's like,
Yep.
what is going on YouTube? Like, I know this person released a new video. I'm trying to find it.
dude,
That's
the car content is not being recommended to me.
Yep.
Like I have to specifically dig through YouTube to find car content right now. I'm like, God damn it, because I want to know what's going on in the car world, and there's nothing.
I just don't click on anything because nothing really looks that interesting.
Right.
anymore, really. So I don't really
Yeah.
watch car stuff.
Take a fry around the world through politically unstable regions and just try to go. What could go wrong?
Oh my god.
Drop it down in a crate, shipping crate.
Yeah, right. I feel like we should
The biggest
invite
concern
John.
would be that it
John
breaks
needs to
and
be
shit.
on the live stream.
He's
Yeah,
probably
we
should.
should get John. You want to join? We'll add a sixth guy on here.
Yeah, I'm
For
surprised.
symmetry.
I sent the thing to Greg. He didn't.
He's
join
on
us.
a ship right now, so
He's
Oh, he's
in
on a boat?
Alaska.
he was
Oh.
threatening to join. He has a Starlink with him. So I was kind of surprised he wasn't when I finally got here.
I feel like John adds an element of dissent and
Oh,
disruption.
100%. 100%. In the best way possible.
yeah, totally welcomed. But anyway, yeah, it's really challenging. I'm sure you're feeling it too, Gabe. It's really challenging right now in the YouTube world. I feel like it's so diluted, and everything's been so absolutely like all the crazy crap's been done or whatever. Even the like really high drama channels aren't getting views anymore.
Yep.
You know, like I not that I ever watch them, but every once in a while just check in to see how DDE is doing, and they're doing awful.
Oh, they've like tripled down on their merch game. Like I just unsubscribed from their merch emails because like every day of like new drop 20% off. Like I don't care. Why am I on this list?
But on the,
I
you know, the
can't see
curious.
you wearing a DDE hat, Tyler.
Oh.
I just don't
Oh.
see it.
Oh yeah. All right, I'll have to get one just for you.
Oh no!
Oh no! I feel like that's like how to signal to the car world that you're a douchebag.
Yeah.
Wear a DDE hat. Sorry.
Like how to
Sep-
tell people you're not a car guy.
Yeah.
Right.
Separately, like them separately, like their individual channels and stuff. I think they're like great people, but when they're together doing that car shit, it's just like, oh my god, guys.
Yeah.
I didn't know they
I'm-
had their own individual stuff.
Wait.
Or at least Instagram.
Oh, I was saying like I thought they were all on the same channel now.
Well, they had they have a third channel that they used to do private. I don't know. They change it all the time. I don't really watch
I
it
don't.
that
I
closely.
don't watch any of it
No.
honestly.
7 years ago when they were small, I watched it, but
Yeah, it used to be interesting, but then it just became all about like let's get the police involved on everything we do.
Yep.
And then let's do constant donuts. That's anyway. You know whose channel is exploding still is Cletus,
oh my god, yeah.
Yeah.
which the thing that's so mind-boggling about him is he can do anything and people
Seriously.
watch it.
Yeah.
He literally filmed himself pouring concrete
Hmm.
and it got over 1 million views.
Yep.
And it was like an hour and a half long. And I'll be honest, I watched the whole damn thing. I was
Yep.
thinking, I'm like, how, like, you got to have some people who are just like so loved by the YouTube community that it doesn't matter what they do.
Yeah.
And he struck gold because him and George, like their chemistry
Oh my god.
is that
Yeah.
real chemistry. It's like the old school Top Gear where it wasn't as scripted,
Mhm.
and you can tell that they're just having a good time and enjoying life, and it's entertaining as hell.
Yeah. They can do planes, boats, construction, cars, drag
Doesn't matter.
racing. Doesn't matter.
Yep. Doesn't matter.
Yep.
I watch it.
Skits.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's one of those where like he is beyond successful now, and no one hates it. Everyone's like, "Good job,
Yep.
you deserve it." Like, congratulations. Like,
Well, 'cause
no
he
one's
doesn't
like,
do
"Whoa."
stupid. He doesn't do like obnoxious things.
Yeah.
He's
And
not
he's,
an
Yep.
obnoxious person.
He
when
just
they're
does
being
fun
unsafe,
things.
he's on track. Yep.
And he seems like a real sweetheart.
Yeah, no, he is. Like when I met him, he was super nice, super nice. All of the guys on his channel, they were all super cool. Just true gearheads, really nice guys.
Yep.
You know.
I'll admit I entered his recent giveaway because it's exactly what I'm looking for: a truck, a trailer.
Dude,
The RTR?
that
Yeah.
RTR Mustang is legit.
It's
It-
fucking
yeah.
awesome. It is.
So
I would-
if you see me with a Cletus hat, it's because I entered his giveaway.
Okay. Honestly, that's
luck.
fair.
Yep.
Has anyone been watching Whistling Diesel lately? Has anyone watch him?
Yeah, I watch his at like it's a guilty pleasure because I'm like, I shouldn't watch this, but all right.
Exactly. He's having a crash out right now that's been pretty fun to watch.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
In what sense?
He got engaged, or he has a Russian girlfriend, and everyone was digging at him so hard, just saying she's a gold digger and just wanting his money, that he
Oh.
doubled down and started making videos about his relationship, how she's not a gold digger, how
Oh.
God.
he was poor, he is now rich.
Oh my god.
Well, it's like the turnaround from this guy is he's lost.
I feel like he's the
He's
kind of
really
guy that
wrong.
would do that.
What's that?
I feel like he's the kind of guy that would do that. It's like someone says he's not cool, and he's like, "Yes, I am cool, and I'll show you why I'm cool."
That's exactly what he's done. It's been one of the most horrific changes ever that I've seen.
Is this on the main channel or the second channel?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I didn't
I'm
pay attention
subscribed
to
to. He's one of the actually. I'm actually subscribed to him, and I usually watch his shit because it's usually just like, I can't believe the crap he's
oh,
doing.
Yeah.
You searched his channel, the latest video, introducing my Russian girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
See, that's
Alright.
the thing. YouTube doesn't recommend anything I care about anymore.
You're even subscribed to him and you don't get that.
I'm literally subscribed to him.
Yeah. Dude,
Whatever.
it is interesting that a lot of videos that I used to watch, I've forgotten about those channels because they don't get recommended to me. And
Yeah.
every once in a while they will. And I'll be like, oh, I need to go back and catch up on those videos because I haven't watched any because they haven't been recommended to me.
Mhm.
Admittedly, I've probably destroyed my YouTube recommend algorithm because I've been on a very lengthy aviation stint lately.
Same.
Uh-oh.
So you know how it is. Like you go down this niche, and then you're just like you go further and further. Next thing you know, you're like really getting into it,
Mhm.
and then it really got solidified because the last time I was flying, I got sat next to a pilot who was flying between.
Oh, you
know,
mentioned that. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that was like we talked the whole flight just
Dang.
about crap, and I was just like, I'm such an av nerd, but I don't, I don't want to actually fly. I don't want to because I would crash.
Well,
Yeah. I have no desire to fly a plane, but I like watching people that do.
Yeah. Well,
Go
I
up
like
to speed.
watching. I like watching where they dissect how something went wrong in aviation. Doesn't necessarily have to be a crash, but just like the weird events that conspired to cause this thing that may or not have been an absolute tragedy, but it caused problems.
Yep.
And it's
Yeah.
really fascinating.
Check out this channel called Pilot Debrief.
No,
Oh, yeah.
yep.
That's
He's one of the. But actually, no. Once you've watched enough Pilot Debrief, go watch Mentor Pilot.
Oh, Mentor's good. Yep.
He's the shit because
Is
they.
he- okay, I haven't made it past Pilot Debrief, but
He's I think he's Swedish,
Yeah, he's Swedish. Yeah.
and they dig in really really in depth
He's
to
got
like
a team that investigates.
yeah like the very technical side of it.
nice.
Yeah.
The Blanco Lario guy's good too.
Oh, yes, Noel Phillips. I like.
Yeah, Noah Phillips. Yeah.
He does some fun stuff like the Lou with a view.
Yes.
Yeah, Mentor is the bomb. He is really good. But anyway, Meg hates it. She's like, stop watching this shit.
Why? Because it's boring, or because it's
Yeah, I mean it's
bad
very
for-
a lot of it's kind of technical and
Super
like
technical. It's a little morbid sometimes.
yeah, and yeah.
Yeah, see
All right.
Blanco Lario. Yeah, lots of
I
people.
haven't seen that one yet. I need to look into that one.
I
He's
found
good.
him after a few. Like I think he does the high profile crashes,
Even low profile crashes.
low
yeah.
profile too.
But
yeah,
he debriefs on like what went wrong, what possibly went wrong. He goes into like flight manuals and like equipment manuals, and it's interesting.
Yeah. There is a substantial overlap in the Ferrari and aviation world, just like the Ferrari and watch world.
Yep.
I feel like you get to that certain interest.
So you're cool with aviation, but not watches. I see how it is. Dude.
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I don't
do.
watch the airplane stuff at all.
Really?
I find it interesting, but I don't watch it. But I watch just about every watch channel there
Oh,
is.
no. I just find watches are boring. They just sit there and tick away.
You gotta. Airplanes are boring. I mean,
No, they're not.
I'm with you guys. I'm a watch guy too. I'm 100%.
so, I mean,
Ah.
if you go and watch some of the videos, like you might find it interesting if you find aviation stuff interesting.
No.
Yeah, it watches parallel cars in so many ways. Like there's craftsmanship, there's
No.
old school techniques, there's
There's history and
high
heritage.
design, there's prestige. Yeah, I mean, like it parallels so closely.
No.
Oh, I'm with Dan.
Amen,
I mean,
brother.
I can appreciate how people appreciate them and motorcycles too. For
Yeah,
example.
I'm fine. Look, I have
But
no
they don't
problem with
do anything.
people. I have no problem with people liking watches. I just don't get it. To me, it's a time telling piece of jewelry, and I hate
Mhm.
jewelry.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
I mean, there you go.
there's a lot of careers that are like this though. That's
Oh, 100%.
I don't know about ham radios. That seems like a new level of nerd.
That like ham radios and 3D printing are that extra level of nerd. Like,
I admittedly want to get into 3D printing, but I
I've-
haven't.
I don't YouTube any videos because it'll ruin your algorithm. Trust
It
me.
will.
I did this last weekend. It's
Oh.
bad.
And I guess that's the problem is I keep clicking on the damn aviation videos, so it's like only
Mhm.
suggesting aviation. That and the other thing that I've gone down a deep hole into is some of these like history things where
Oh, yeah.
they just retell history in an interesting way. Because I just love
I got,
history. Like,
I got sucked into the Great Wall of China history videos for like a week.
That's what you're clicking on. Before you said you don't want to click on anything.
Yeah.
There's what is it? There's a nuclear engineer guy that analyzes all the videos about like energy or chemical like chemistry stuff. Like his stuff is great because he just tears these YouTube videos apart. Like that's wrong. No,
yeah. Nice.
like, I'm an actual nuclear engineer and they're
All right.
being stupid.
Hands up. Who watches Practical Engineering?
I've never heard of that one.
Oh, he's in San
Oh.
Antonio. He's local.
He's in San Antonio, dude. His is the most dry
Oh my
channel
God.
ever, and I love
But I
it.
didn't know how lift stations work until I watched his channel.
Is he the guy with the whiteboard that always starts in front of a whiteboard?
No. That's
Engineering explained.
Explained.
Engineering Explained.
Oh,
Engineering
yeah.
Explained. Yeah,
I'll watch this occasionally.
yeah. I met him in person
Oh, yeah.
while back.
I liked his
Just
old
like-
school videos from the
Yeah,
whiteboard.
just like you'd expect. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Oh, dude, I love the Fat Electrician. He is amazing. His sense of humor is so spot on. Absolutely love it.
I guess I'm missing out on a lot of stuff here on YouTube.
I know here we are telling people to
Yeah.
watch all these other things than us.
I don't.
Well, they already watch
TV, I
our
YouTube,
channel, so
Hopefully, the problem is the damn algorithm is probably like not suggesting our crap. I mean, so here's the funny thing: when the flood happened, the number of people who commented on our video like, "Oh man, I haven't seen your channel in years," and it was like, "Oh, it's so disappointing." Like, I know all these people like, and then of course, probably a week later, YouTube's like, "Well, no more recommendations."
Dan, yeah, you should watch just one video on wristwatch revival. You'd
Yep.
probably enjoy it because he'll buy like a watch on eBay or something that someone found at a garage sale, and he'll completely disassemble it and clean it and put it back together, and it's really, really cool.
It's like you're talking about like the most boring dry videos.
It is, but he
But it's
talks
all
the
like-
whole time he's doing it,
It's through
and
he
it's just
talks
the
the whole
camera
time.
focused on the watch that he's working on.
Yeah, it's through like a microscope.
I suppose I
it's
appreciate the lock picking lawyer, so it probably is similar.
Yeah, that's a good one. I like him too.
These are just hour long versus 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
Oof.
Not to belabor it,
Oh,
but there's a lot of channels where someone will get this old ass typewriter from a barn or a fan or a cheese
yeah.
Oh, and they
slicer.
restore it.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
restore
yeah.
it, and sometimes it's just like, okay, they'll strip the paint, shot blast it, get a few new screws, but sometimes they're really
Yeah.
filling metal gaps and with lead and really getting down to old school craftsman ways of repairing the stuff. It's amazing. Great
Those are-
time killers when you don't.
Those are good videos to put on in bed when you can't sleep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Much free time. Yeah.
Free time. I mean, this is like going to bed or whatever it's time.
Yeah.
It's,
Background stuff. Yeah.
yeah. Honestly, that's the worst part is I don't pay attention to hardly any of it.
Cooking dinner, throw stuff on. Yeah.
Right. It's like on in the background. Every once in a while I'll look over and be like, oh, that's interesting. And then
The other ones I've been watching too is art videos. Like
Art.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
interesting.
from, like not ancient art, but from the 1500s to the 1800s art, famous artists and stuff.
that
It's
sounds so boring.
really- it sounds boring, but it's really interesting.
That sounds like
Gotta find
Got-
my
watching.
shotgun.
I got into it because I saw something about a painting that sold for like $50 million or something, and I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Why? And then I kind of
Right.
went down the rabbit hole.
Fair enough.
well, now that we're 30 minutes in and haven't talked at all about our
Yeah, Hugh is probably his head is about to explode.
Oh, he already said he's gonna go.
he's
smoke.
like, I'm out. I'm gonna go. Well, we actually got the shop mostly clean today. Like we got the floor of the shop. So we took everything out of the shop that we could and mopped the crap out of the floors to finally get all the dirt and dust and crap out. And that was so very satisfying.
Nice.
So at the moment, the kitchen's like 95% done. We're just waiting on one stupid cabinet.
They
to
said
come in.
Friday. They called me and said Friday. We'll see.
Dang.
Right, we'll see. We had one cabinet got damaged in shipping supposedly,
Of course.
and
They,
since
it
then
got
they
damaged, and then they sent another one that was supposed to be delivered yesterday. And they even sent me a text saying we're out for delivery. It'll be there by whatever time, and they never showed up. So I had to call them today, and they're like, "Oh, we don't know why it's not there." I'm like, "We'll figure it out."
Yeah.
And they finally called me earlier and said it'll be there Friday. It's the last one, so we can fully put the kitchen back together.
once the kitchen's totally back together, then I guess we still need to buy some. Yeah, nice shirt. I love that
Yeah.
shirt. by the
Then
way.
we can have brisket. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Then it's time for a party. Actually, it'll perfectly coincide, I think, with us hitting 100,000.
All right.
It'll be the grand reopening.
The
I love it.
reopening / 100,000 party.
All right. Let's do it.
I love it.
Plan it
Um,
out.
All right. Yeah. It'll probably be a month from now, is my guess. Ish.
After F1.
Maybe. Yeah, probably. That'd be probably a good time to do it, like early November.
Yeah.
Okay. But so the shop actually will be mostly functional. As far as the shop part, the shop space, the office is still like we're missing furniture. We still don't have filing cabinets. You know, everything's scattered. We still have a lot of cleanup. We still have crap strewn everywhere. Lots of organization to do. So it's still not there, but it was just today was the first day I think since the flood where I looked at the shop and I really was like, oh my God, it's back.
Nice.
Like this is what we dreamed about and it's back. Inventory is interesting right now. So we have quite a few consignment cars. We've got the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. We've got the Audi TTS, which is only got like 18,000 miles and never seen rain. So it's like almost immaculate. We've got the Mustang GT 500. And then the 66 Charger are all on consignment at the moment. And then, of course, we had that 458 Spider that came in on consignment, and we sold it in about an hour.
Crazy.
That was phenomenal.
I got another 458 too that I think is already sold.
Wow.
I mean, it's crazy. The Ferraris don't last. Everything else hangs around.
Well, there's so few good 458s in the market that
Well, it's not
when
just
one
the
pops up-
458s; it's the 430s too.
I see
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
458s and 430s are just like impossible to keep if they're good spec and good miles and good condition. I think those two, like the 430s have been creeping up. I think they're about ready to explode, and the 458s have been creeping up, and I feel like they're going to keep crawling up. Actually, even the 360s are back approaching near 100 again.
Yeah, they're all gonna be six figures soon.
Yeah.
Hey,
Even for a higher mile, older one.
Yeah, Gabe's like, hell yeah.
yeah, let's talk all about it.
Well, Gabe's is a nice manual car. His is way more than 100.
Yeah. I'm a long-term investor guy, so
Yeah.
I'm not even thinking about it. If the opportunity came to sell it, I would maybe entertain it, but it's not on my mind.
Only to upgrade though, right?
I'm a buy and hold guy. I mean, yeah, I like the idea of going through cars quickly, but I just don't have I don't want to always be dealing with that. Like,
It's a lot.
What's the next car? I have enough things that, yeah, I'm more of a buy and hold guy.
Yeah. Well, it's so we okay, yeah. So we got those consignment cars. We have 3 360s for sale that are in inventory. So we've got the yellow 360 with I think it's like 17 or 18,000 miles. We've got the black Kuyo with red Kuyo black wheels
Okay.
coupe with 32 or 33,000 miles. Super clean car. Really good condition. Owned by someone who took very good care of it. And then we have the red tan coupe from New York with 23,000 miles, and ironically owned by a pilot, so he treated it like an airplane and documented the piss. It is the most well documented car we've ever had.
Damn.
I mean,
All right.
it's a huge binder, and like every little thing he did with it, he documented with detail. Super clean, really nice car. Challenge Stradale, TCU, Challenge grill, and 430 wheels on that car. So it's kind of a cool spec.
All right.
So all of them under 100, all right in that 90 to 100 range. So the sweet spot for 360s right now. Really good cars. What else is there?
Corvette.
The Corvette Z06. Josh and I have been loving that car.
I drove it home. Oh, I took a picture when I got home because I'm like, I got to take this picture and show the live because it's really good. Like, this is my garage right now.
Nice.
Nice.
And I was
Nice.
just, I kind of walked around the cars for a while when I got home, like comparing them. The Corvette's way bigger than a 458.
Huge.
Oh, yeah.
The Corvette's a big bitch.
Yeah. That's like I said, I wish they wouldn't have done that stupid rear trunk. If they would have gotten rid of that, the car could have been like a foot shorter.
It's all oddly enough, like the length of the car is very similar. It's only
Yeah.
probably like a couple
Really?
inches bigger if I had to guess. But just the bulkiness of the Corvette.
Yeah.
Like the back trunk is probably like 8 inches taller,
Yeah.
when you're standing behind it. The engine's way farther in because you've got the trunk right there.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, and the Z06 does sound
Yeah, it
phenomenal.
does.
I do want to drive one. I've only heard like Tyler's when we were in Kansas, but he wasn't even through break-in miles, so you guys weren't.
Well,
pushing
you
it.
can drive. You can come by and drive ours. It'll be break-in miles soon. It's at like 440, I think, right now.
Oh, we got to get it there. We got to get it
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
Well, that's why I'm driving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken it home a few times already just to put miles on it because I'm like, I want to get to that 500.
Yeah. I love it.
But honestly, that is just a phenomenal car for the
Is it
money.
6 to 7 inches. It feels shorter. I mean, that's probably right.
That's what she said.
That's about right. Nice. And then we have I'm flying out to look at a 430 next week. We had this really, really interesting 360 that Josh went out and looked at, and unfortunately, it just for the money.
It was one of those deals where the guy thought he had the nicest car in the world, but his eyesight's not that good.
Oh,
What was this? What was it like? What was the spec?
It was a 360 Spider, factory gated manual car, with the factory carbon seats with 10,000 miles on it.
color,
Yellow
yellow and black, or tan?
on black.
Yeah. Yeah.
dang.
Awesome car, but it's also a Miami car,
Mm.
and so like every nut and bolt has like rust and yeah.
Dang.
It's a 10-footer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks
For the right
good
price,
from 10
right?
feet away.
Good from far, far from good.
Yeah.
The problem was that like we probably would have had to spend I don't know $10,000 to $20,000.
The real problem is there's some of the stuff that's not really fixable easily because it had some corrosion under the paint in a bunch of spots. All of the nuts and bolts and screws were corroded or rusted. It's just the leather on the seats was shrinking pretty obviously. The top didn't open all the way.
Yeah.
Just a lot of little stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Sucks because we were really excited about that car.
Yeah.
And like that's why we go out and fly out and look at these cars because we could have bought it sight unseen. It shows up and we would have been disappointed. But it's not, like I want to to be clear, we're not trashing the owners or saying that they're bad people or whatever. It's just we have our own standards and everyone else has their own standards, and it's impossible to get everyone to align to the same.
Well, the thing is we know because we've dealt with so many people what people look for and what questions they ask when they're saying, "Hey, you have a car. Here's the questions I have." And everybody has the same questions. So if the car has a problem where I know that people are going to have a problem with it, that's when we're like,
Right, you know your audience.
Right.
Yeah.
We have to cater to the dealership. We don't like if you were looking to buy a really cool spec yellow 360 Spider with those seats and the manual, that would have been a phenomenal car. Spend a little bit of money, clean it up, get it fixed or whatever, and drive it and have a great time. But for us, we have to buy it and then resell it. And unfortunately, with some of those issues, like trying to resell it, people are, the problem is like at the price that we would have had to pay for us to make any sort of margin, it's now in the price range of like super clean example cars. And so like we can't compete. Like, if you've got your car priced as if it's perfect and it's totally not perfect, then you're never gonna be able to sell that car.
Yeah. Plus, you've dumped a few thousand in shipping and flights.
Right. Yeah. No, we always factor that in. Like, we have to factor in every car that we're buying. We have to factor in probably about
it's about
$3,000 to $4,000 in just getting the car to us. because flights are usually like flights plus hotel plus rental cars usually around $1,000 plus or minus a bit. Shipping's $1,500 to $2,000 depending where the car is. So by the time it hits our door, we're looking at like close to $3,000. And then factor in that it's pretty much every single car needs at least something.
Yeah.
So it's it's a challenge. But on the same note, what's been really fascinating is even though we've been kind of strained on our ability to have cars in inventory and work on cars, whatever, we're kind of hitting we're regaining the momentum pre-flood rapidly, is what I'd like to say. It's getting there. Like we're not there, definitely not there, but it's.
So I need to order a CarPlay thing sooner than later.
I mean, yeah, sure. Like we've been discussing, Josh and I have been discussing, how do we really bring this company to, like, let's up our game to another level, right? Like this stems from because Josh and I are tired.
Yeah.
We work a lot and we're like, I'm ready to not work quite as much. And how do we get to where we can not work quite as much and still do as good as we're doing? So,
Did you come up with an answer?
we have some ideas.
Dan,
Nothing concrete.
your work looks terrible. Look at the smile on that guy's face. Look at
I know.
I feel so bad for you, Dan.
You only get to see the good part of everything. though. That's
I
the
know,
problem.
right? That's the worst part. It's all like the YouTube is like the filtered stuff that I want you to see. So there's so much crap that you don't see.
Yeah.
We love to try and see multiple cars on a trip because, like, all right, if we can do that, but it's usually not possible because usually the cars are in different sides of the country or whatever, and so or the timing is just off. So like right now, I'm flying up to go to New York on Wednesday. There was another car of interest in Pennsylvania, but the deal isn't solidified. And so if it doesn't get solidified in time, I'm not going to be able to alter my flights to be able to go do both.
Yep.
So most likely we won't have that set up, which sucks because then it's like I'd have to, if we do make a deal, let's say 3 days later, now I got to go back up almost to the same spot. On the plus side, we're getting a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, sure.
My goal is to try and get Delta status because Josh has American status.
Oh,
I have the highest status on American.
nice. Status is so worth it.
It's I would say like 75% of the time I get upgraded to first class
Yep.
What
if there's a connection in Dallas.
status do you have? It's not gold.
It's platinum or executive platinum or
You have executive platinum?
what is it? Let me look.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, that's like the highest tier.
That's
I
definitely
know.
like, yeah, you're always getting upgraded. I have gold
Oh
in
my-
United, and it's great.
God dang it. I'm just shooting for the bottom rung.
Yeah, even the bottom rung is worth it.
Yeah, because like you can get a free check bag and some other crap. I'm like, yeah, I want that.
Priority boarding,
Priority
even if it's
boarding,
lane
yeah.
2, like
Executive platinum, yeah.
okay,
Sure,
yeah.
what the-
Well, I also have the credit card too, and I use that for everything, so that helps.
Oh yeah,
Okay, that's it. I'm gonna have to get a Delta credit card because
Well, the other plus side of having status is that I get into the lounges at the
Yep.
airport, at all the airports, and that's pretty awesome because it's an open bar. It's
Oh,
free.
yeah.
It's free. They have breakfast or lunch, whatever time of the day it is. It's free to eat. And
I have the
you don't-
United card.
You can
with
look
club
down
access.
on all the people walking and just laugh.
damn it. I am so jealous
the
right
flex-
now.
I go to the
Yeah.
airport early so I can hang out at the lounge.
Exactly,
Wow.
exactly.
You're doing it right.
My
Dang it.
favorite flex going into the United Lounge is like the ones that are automated. It asks you how many people in your party, and the people that are lower status, it just allows them. And I have to say, oh no, I don't have +2, just me. Sorry.
How is the United Lounge at Austin? I've never been in there.
It's kind of shit. but
Is it?
it's super small. But
Aw.
you get to watch all the people stressing about checking in, though. It's kind of fun.
Mm.
I mean, there
Oh,
was
it's like
American
overlooks
one in
the
Austin,
counters.
it's not that
Oh,
great.
cool.
Yep,
Interesting.
it's better than nothing. But
Yeah.
the United Lounges in Chicago and Denver are amazing.
Oh, Denver's that's their like main hub, right?
One of the bigger ones, yeah.
Dang it. I'm so jealous right now.
Yep.
Get the credit card.
I
Yeah,
guess
get
I
the
have
credit
to. I guess is that the only way to do it?
I don't know on Delta. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know on Delta.
This only problem with Delta is weird because they do miles and then they do like dollars spent.
Well, United does that too.
Oh, they do? Okay. Because
But the
Americans
credit
just
card
miles.
gives you both. Yeah.
Okay. I was
should give
actually
you both.
like legit looking it up because I'm like, where am I at on American? And I'm nowhere near anything on American. I'm
Well,
like,
there
yeah.
still is one step above where I have. They call it concierge key,
Oh,
and you have
gee.
to be invited to that one.
Ooh.
I don't think I
Ooh.
fly enough. I think it's for people that fly like 2 or 3 times a week or something.
Oh,
That's,
yeah,
the,
yeah.
that's the Corsa Piloti.
Yeah, exactly.
Dang it. All right. I need this Delta whatever stuff. I admittedly, so we're flying to visit my parents at Thanksgiving, and Delta doesn't fly direct to Phoenix from Austin.
Yeah. No.
And so you
You
can
gotta
only
do
fly,
American.
there's only 3 options. There's Frontier, American, or Southwest.
Yep.
We're not doing Frontier.
Yeah, hell no.
Hell no.
Southwest
I
is dead.
And Southwest is dead to me ever since they changed their policies and now they
Yep.
got all bullshitty.
What happened
So-
with them?
They're just they're
They're
trying to go
reversing
cheap.
everything. It's
Yeah.
assigned seats, assigned boarding.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Although I heard they're contemplating bringing in first class, and then I'm like, okay,
Well, because they have to.
They don't
Like,
have
they're gonna
first
do all
class
that.
seats on the planes
no,
on Southwest?
no,
100% coach. Yep.
Oh, no kidding.
yeah.
Oh, screw that.
Yeah. A boarding gets like drink tickets or something, right? It's been like
Something
10
like
years.
Oh,
since I've flown.
that's the other advantage of having that status is I
Yeah.
get on the plane
Free trip.
first. Even if I'm sitting in the back in a crappy seat, I get on the plane first.
Same.
Oh, you're like group 1 or
Always-
whatever.
yeah, group
always
one.
Damn,
Yep.
how the f did you get that?
I
How
just
much money
card.
did you spend on your credit card?
I mean I pay my bills on it, but dude, I've done a ton of flights.
Yeah, you have flown a lot.
Over the last couple of years, I've done a ton.
Yeah, that's true. You did do a lot. Well, anyway, we were debating: do I do American direct or Delta with the connection? Ultimately, traveling with the kid, we're like, no, we're going direct.
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's not worth it to do. Like, if it was just me, I would do the connection just to get the miles. So, like, whatever. It's like an extra 2 hours. I don't care. I'll deal with that. But dang, there's ads in the chat.
Really?
I don't see that, but I have YouTube Premium. So.
Yeah. YouTube
Oh, I-
Premium is so worth it.
Well, I don't
It is
add.
worth it.
I don't tell it to add any ads.
You might as well because
you save so
giving
much
them.
time with YouTube
Yeah.
Premium.
I need
That's
to
really
just pony up and do that.
Interesting.
Another
Yeah,
$14,
I mean-
and you get YouTube Music.
In the order of operations of high priority to low priority when selecting a flight, direct trumps almost everything,
Hmm.
almost every time.
If I have to sit in a middle seat in the back of the plane, I ain't flying on that flight.
No,
Yeah.
no.
I once
Unless-
went to
unless they've-
Ireland in the
I don't
back of the
care.
plane
Yeah.
in the middle.
Oh,
Unless they've rebooked me because of some other flight screw up and I'm on the middle seat, but they've kicked off a standby person because I have status.
Yeah.
That's when I'll sit middle seat.
although actually, one of my favorite flights that I've ever taken, Meg and I sat in the very last row, but
Dang.
it was a across the pond flight in a 787, and it was like I think it was 333 or something like that.
Yeah.
But the last row went to 2. It went 232,
Because it gets narrow.
and because it narrows, and so we got the 2, and then there's like it's like a half a seat next to me where there's nothing,
Hmm.
and so we could like spread out, and like it even though it was the last row, it still actually reclined. It wasn't like it hit the bulkhead, and
Cool.
so and in the 787, it's so quiet.
Yeah. That's such a nice plane.
Yeah, you don't care. You're like, whatever. I don't care if I'm because that's one of the reasons I hate being in the back of the plane is it's just so loud.
Yeah.
You're like, oh god, like it just gets to your head. But that that was the bomb. Like Meg and I just sat there curled up into a little ball in the back of the plane. Slept.
I had a whole row to myself on a 787 coming back from Japan, so I just laid
Damn.
down, took a nap.
Nice.
Oh
Yeah.
damn,
Awesome.
that's the way to roll.
Yep.
I have to say though, once you do an across the pond with a lie flat, you're
I-
ruined.
I'm supposed to be in Germany right now, and we bought Polaris tickets for the lie flat, but
What happened to your trip?
some family stuff came up that we need to be somewhat local.
Bummer.
We'll do that as soon as we can. But that was also like, I think I got like 50,000 miles from that just because I bought my parents' tickets too.
Oh jeez.
I got those tickets refunded, so now I've lost 50,000 miles.
Damn.
Oh well.
Yeah, the lie flats. Honestly, when you're going across the ocean,
Yeah.
it's hard to justify it, but it is worth it because you arrive where you're going and you're like not fully jet lagged.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, if I'm gonna fly to some foreign country, probably the only time in my life I'm gonna be in that foreign country, and I'm only gonna be there for like a week, maybe a little bit more in a week, and I lose an entire day because I'm all jet lagged.
Yeah.
Like I lose 20% of my vacation because I'm jet lagged. Hell no,
Right.
ain't worth it. Spend the money, arrive, rested, and then you get to where you're going, and time to party.
Yeah. Or you could buy an extra night. I was thinking about these. I've never done this, but buy the night before at the hotel.
Yep.
So when you get there, you can check in, assuming you tell them.
That was going. If you go to Japan, take the San Francisco to Osaka flight because it's like you leave at 12 p.m. in San Francisco and you land at 6 p.m. in Japan. So then you just go straight to hotel. You sleep. You wake up next day. Ready to
The
go.
timing works.
Well,
nicely.
going that direction is always easier
Oh, it's
than
so easy.
going.
Yeah.
West is easier than east.
I woke up when I got back home from that trip, and it like 2 a.m. and I didn't know where I was. Like I was in my house in my own bed, and I was like,
Yeah, I think we talked about the new Testarossa last week,
yeah,
Hmm.
and it was not met with a bunch of fanfare.
I like the outside. The inside, I don't.
I want to see it in person before I judge it.
Yeah.
That too.
Yeah, I think
just not
most people's
beautiful
problem is just
anymore.
the name.
New Ferraris are not beautiful anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too-
they're kind of
They're just like you said, Josh. The F80, like it looked like a Lego kit.
yeah.
Yeah.
They're more like, I don't know if German is the right word, but more like just angular and more like
Yeah.
engineered rather
No
than
longer elegante.
sculpted.
I feel like it's kind of going to be like the 12 cylindry because
yeah.
in pictures I hated it, and in person I actually was like, wow, this is
But in
really
person, it's pretty stunning.
it's a really good car. So I feel like the Testarossa is probably going to be like that. So
The
dude,
like
yes, amen,
yeah.
amen.
The fact that the only throwback to the strikes is in the stripe is a miss.
Well, it would be one thing like they'd put strikes in the SP3.
Yeah.
So they clearly are like, oh, this is part of our heritage is strikes. And then they're like, let's take the one car that had the most obvious strikes and then not use them.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah, I said
idiot.
that last week. With also the 12 cylinder should have been called the Daytona.
Yeah.
And not the SP3.
100%.
Why not? It's flawless. They even mimic the front hood stripe,
Yeah.
between the headlights.
It's like
Maybe
we
they're
said,
doing
they
that
hired,
just to piss people off.
or they
They're
hired the
talking
wrong
about it.
marketing people.
I saw an article today that they were about to lose the rights to the name Testarossa.
Oh,
I don't know how
Who
true that
cares?
is,
Who
That's
cares?
well, but that's probably why they threw it out there, right?
that's true.
Yeah,
80
I mean,
Testarossa
yeah, but
is
who's gonna-
nothing like
People are still going to contribute that name to a Ferrari.
Mm-mm.
that's true. I mean,
But it's the
Whatever.
most classic one too. I don't know.
but it's the
Most
one everyone
modern.
thinks of.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well.
I don't know.
So there was
the-
also like a designer that posted his "This is what it should have been," and it was just a 296 with strikes in the air vent. I was like, oh, that's just a 296 with strikes in the airband. Like, come on, bro.
The F8 and the new Testarossa to me look like when you see like car designers putting on a showcase, you know, where they're just showing up renders in a portfolio or something. They look like that to me, like nothing a major manufacturer would make, but someone who had great ideas, but it just didn't quite gel. And I don't know, it just seemed like they're not elegant enough, not professional enough. There's just something not quite right with them. But Gabe really nailed it. They're just not beautiful.
Testarossa means redhead.
But red testes is funny.
Red testes would be better.
Better than blue ones, from what I've heard.
Oh, dude, yes. Everyone's been
God.
like, I'm gonna make my own version of the Testarossa. It's been
It's all AI stuff.
yeah, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering when's the first AI produced car gonna come out?
Probably already has.
That's true.
Like one
It's
of the
called the
Korean
Cybertruck.
manufacturers or something. Well, it's Cybertruck too.
That was early AI before they gave it enough computing power. That's why it's all polygons. Oh man.
They ran out of tokens. That's all they could get.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, yes. Anyway, yeah, I want them to do a manual and a new Dino.
Ugh.
That'd be
Both
both
missing the
things.
bar on that. Yep.
Of course, actually, no, I don't because they're going to screw it up.
Well,
I'll figure out a way to screw it up.
They will.
it would be amazing, but they will screw it up.
Yeah. The Cybertruck does have like in its family tree clearly has like like Samsung refrigerator at some point. And
Dude, I kid you not. I had to go to the new work building last week, and they had some stalls in like the 9th floor of the parking garage that were like single stalls surrounded by concrete. And there was a Cybertruck backed into one, and I walked by and thought it was a dumpster. Not shitting you, not joking. It's like, oh, it's a Cybertruck. That was bad.
Whatever. I know there's people who like it, but man, I just have a hard time with that vehicle.
The Cayenne did save Porsche.
Oh, 100%.
Now people pay $200,000 for a base Carrera. It's crazy.
With 100,000 ADM. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, insane. Well, yeah, the 296 is replaced with the Testarossa.
Well, the SF90 is.
Or sorry,
that-
SF90. That's right. Sorry,
SF90.
SF90. That's right. My bad. Waste Management wrapped the Cybertruck. Oh my god, that's awesome. Oh, good news. Ecstatic news. My boo is on its way.
Yes.
Nice.
Dude, they screwed up and finally now I bought it on the 3rd.
Shit.
I know. Oh, I saw my old 430 is going to come up for auction soon.
Oh, shoot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they finally got it ready to go.
Which Copart?
It's not a Copart. It's at IAAI or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should look up the date. I'm
You
curious.
should live watch that auction.
Yes.
Get people to bump it up.
It's yeah.
Are you gonna bid?
Probably not.
Not worth
I've
it.
got Scott's old car.
By the way, it's sitting in the same spot the Jag was sitting. And, I saw that in the video. My heart sunk a little bit. That's like the spot where the piece of shit goes.
Really? Is that
We have it all disassembled.
Okay,
what's
it
the
looks
plan?
like the auction date is Thursday, September 25th.
All right, a week from today.
Scott, is that the back? If you walk in the left,
Yeah.
like Is it the left or left then back right?
It's back
It's-
left.
Back left, right where the jack, like right when you go in the bay doors, immediately to the left.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the dark corner that doesn't even get any light over there. Right?
This is where you go to die. Here we go. I'll share this screen. Boom. There you go. There she be.
Woof.
Are those the wheels you had on it?
Yep. This is my favorite though. Look at look at the seat.
Holy
Oh, poor seat.
Dang.
Damn.
Oh, this poor
The gloves are
thing.
still on it. They made it.
Damn.
That is so
Dude,
sad.
it's not gonna bring any money.
No.
Dude, I mean, it truly is screwed. That car is screwed.
Yeah.
What wheels are those, Dan?
They're HREs. I don't remember what model. Look at this. Cash value 103,000. You're smoking crack.
Wow. Well, Tavares needs to buy it. Come on, Tavares.
Yeah. There you go. Oop. What the heck?
Oh, do the next one over. There you go.
Okay, there it goes. Yeah. Poor thing. Mm.
It's crazy that's the car that got it the worst since it was completely disassembled.
Yeah. That car
Ugh.
got that. I mean, honestly, that car, I don't know if it can be saved.
Yeah.
No, it could definitely be saved. It's just gonna cost a lot of money.
As I say, it's a cost more than you'd ever have the car be worth.
Yeah.
Especially given how many miles it has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's at like 76,000 miles or something.
Dang.
The only sucky thing is it's sitting on a brand new clutch.
The clutch get wet though? Like,
Yeah.
is it bad? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. It's probably welded itself to the flywheel.
Ah. Dang.
I mean, if I watch it, I guess we could say what it went for
If it sells at all.
if it sells. I mean, I don't know. I guess if it was like 10 grand, I would buy it, but I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I'd buy it just for the engine. Although
I mean,
don't
you'd be
even know-
fighting. Yeah, you'd be fighting fur parts at 10 grand.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm.
What about Scott's car? Do you have a plan for that yet?
We need to send out the transmission, so we need to pull that out soon, and just kind of see.
We're gonna restore that thing and drive it.
Yeah,
Probably do a manual conversion on it.
we were debating. Yeah, we think we're gonna do a manual conversion.
Hell yeah.
So
I might buy it back.
Yeah.
Did you find a car yet?
No, not yet. Money's in the bank. I'm happy about that. Now I'm just kind of perusing. I did show my wife the Corvette, and as soon as I opened up the phone and she saw it,
She was like, "Hell no."
she said no.
Ah.
Like she never puts her foot down about anything, but this has been a known thing with me for about 20 years. I've been married
Well,
to her.
in all fairness,
Not
if
like
my wife,
Corvette.
if I presented her with a Corvette, she'd be like, "Hell no."
she's like, look over there. Do you see any New Balance shoes? No.
I'm like, but the
Yeah.
package is
Cancel
just-
order.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I drove the Z06 home, and Dan, you've probably experienced this too. Is I notice every Corvette that drives by now, and they
They
all
wave.
wave at you.
Yeah.
Really?
You know what's my favorite though is when you drive a Ferrari and the Corvette guys feel like
Yes.
like they're
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm gonna wait.
That happened to me
Because I'm
Saturday
Corvette.
or Sunday.
And I'm like, no, you are inferior.
Oh, come on. Give me,
I wave back.
give me
I'm
two
like,
fingers.
yeah, you got you know you're doing this. You go.
Yep.
That's
Or
better
the-
than the, it's better than the Jeeps with their ducks.
Oh, yes.
God. No.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gary,
there
I'm
we
a
go.
big. I'm sorry.
I mean, Yeah, I'm in. If someone wants to pay for it.
The Malibu Max would be perfect because you could still put the engine in the back. Just take
There
the
you
back
go.
seats out and
My
mount it in the
gosh.
back.
There you go. There you go.
Your
I'm
engine
liking it.
convert. Oh my
It would
god.
be a 2-seater.
Yep.
Be dope.
My favorite is, so like in my neighborhood, it's a small neighborhood, and everyone kind of knows everyone. And one of the neighbors bought a Z06, and I heard, I didn't know it was a Z06 until I heard it start up. I'm like, oh, that's definitely a Z06, not a regular Corvette. And I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, that's got to be so, like, I don't want to say like, like the whole like doing better than the Joneses kind of thing or whatever, but he's got a Corvette and I'm strolling in with Ferraris constantly and whatever. And then I roll in a Corvette Z06 too, just because. I'm like,
Poor
man,
guy.
it's like, sorry, bro. I didn't mean to totally trample on you like that.
No. Dang.
But hey, if he likes it, good for him. That's
Yeah.
cool. It's a good
Everybody's
car.
got their thing.
It
It's
is
a
a
good
great
car.
driving car, but it doesn't drive as good as a 458.
I
I
mean,
mean,
The only thing better about it is the transmission.
yeah,
Mm.
transmission's definitely better.
Yeah.
Well, the tech is
10 year
way
newer.
better. The tech
Yeah,
is
but
so much better.
who cares?
Yeah.
Who cares about the tech?
No,
mean,
this guy.
Mine's got the car play, and that's all you need, really.
Yeah, this guy. He was
Hmm.
actually a pretty chill guy. So I don't want to throw him any shade because he was a nice guy, or is a nice guy.
Scott, would you look at a different type of car? Because you mentioned the roads just being so flat and straight where you are. Like a
Yeah.
good handling car wasn't as. Is that
You
not?
just
as
need
important?
a straight line car,
Yeah. Well,
like a Hellcat or something.
Josh, damn.
A demon.
A Demon. There you go.
I mean, my first car was a Dodge, and I am partial to Dodges. But no, I've been really. I'm a big fan of Aston Martins, and I always have been. And I think the Vantages that came out in 2019 up to, I think they just changed them here. They upgraded a little bit, but that period of Vantage,
Well, those
I think
are dirt
is
cheap.
awesome. They're cheap. They've got the AMG engine, pretty powerful. Blah blah
Look
blah.
good.
But then with the DB11s, they've got the same engine for the V8 models, and they have their V12s too that are still within my price range too. And so I'm looking at those because they're a little more comfortable.
Yeah.
They're not particularly canyon carvers, but they're like British muscle cars. You know what I
Sure.
mean? So I've
Yeah.
got my
vote
own
V12.
That makes sense.
V12.
Yes, get the V12.
Yeah.
Good date
like-
night car too.
I mean, it's like, it's cool. You got a V8, but when you're like, I've got the V12, it's like, ooh, yes.
Yeah, so I've got to do some research on like the maintenance between the two. What? Oh my god!
I could see Scott driving around
is-
Miami in his
that is
slingshot with
so
Josh, come on, man! You're
Oh my
some
god.
Pit Viper sunglasses.
Oh no.
Are those fun to drive?
I shouldn't even
I
know
don't
me at
know.
all.
The
I've
three
never
wheels.
driven one. They probably are.
The three wheels.
No
just
one-
gets
you
me,
realize-
I don't know.
No one here is going to admit having ever driven one if they have.
Oh, I would if I had driven one.
I actually haven't driven one. So
I haven't
I
either.
would not drive one.
I would want to
Uh,
try it just to see what it feels like.
No.
I'd want to
Yeah.
push it to see what it feels like compared to four wheels.
There are so many here in Florida. So many
Oh
up
god.
and down the beach. We're going to Miami. There's
Oh,
always like a
yeah.
pack of them. 3 or 4 of them.
Yeah.
Um,
And they always have like all these lights and
Yeah.
shitty, and they're playing
Yeah.
crappy music, and you're just like,
Exactly.
oh god. Yes, dude, the domain.
oh,
They
they're
cruise
all
the
over the
domain.
domain.
It's so bad. Oh my god. So
I did
bad.
see one on the street that had a 4-wheel conversion.
Oh, actually, a guy we bought a car from did a 4-wheel conversion, and he threw like some.
You put an LS3 in it.
Yeah, he put some
Whoa.
crazy LS that's like
What?
800 horsepower. Yeah,
Damn.
he said it's absolutely the most insane vehicle he's ever owned, and he would never sell it because it's just so crazy.
I can see that.
I would much rather get like an Ariel Atom or
And Adam.
a BAC Mono. Those are like
Oh, yeah.
many hundreds of thousands, but I think that'd be sick.
I'm not sure what you mean by getting a flooded pick for the shop. What do you? I'm not sure what you mean by this. Can you restate in better language? I like drinking, Dan. Let's get him drunk and angry. I don't, dude. I'm not an angry drunk.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Mhm.
I have done the Atom thing. They are nuts. I've driven an Atom. They are absolutely insane. I would not want to own one.
No,
No,
the stories are
really?
It is uncomfortable being in that tiny little like cobbled together piece of metal when you're surrounded by giant pickup trucks and stuff. You're
Well,
like,
I guess it's a good car if you have like a lot of twisty back roads.
if you just go to the track with it.
Sure.
But
But
on
not-
city streets, it is a awful idea.
Yeah.
Like you are literally gonna die if someone. All it takes is anyone making any mistake, which you're tiny, you're in this tiny little thing, and they can't hardly see you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna die.
They look cool.
Yeah.
One car I want to drive I haven't driven is the Rush. There's a lot of them at the track that I've been instructing at.
Rush.
Yeah, Rush. Yeah, it's a little race car. It's got a motorcycle engine,
I've not heard of
little
that.
single seater. It's tiny. It looks like a toy. Just zooming
Alright.
out. Yeah, look into them. Well, they're race cars. They're not street legal. I don't
Yeah.
think.
I watch like hill climb videos and stuff all the
Yeah.
time, and those things will blast up the hills all the time. They look
Right.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I don't want little tiny teeny things driving around on the streets in Texas.
yeah.
No, thank you.
Go back to early July. There's videos.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like are you saying like I should like print a picture of the flooded shop and post it on the wall in the shop? Like, I don't know.
Mm,
Is that what you're
Maybe
saying? We have a memorial thing that's going to be dedicated to all the people who helped us, which we're going to do soon. Now that the shop is starting to get operational again, but I don't know if I want like a picture.
Yeah, you don't want to look at that every day.
Yeah, it stresses me out looking at that. It's like,
And here's a picture of the worst day of my life.
yeah.
right. Basically, yeah. Let's remember this every day. I'd like to remind myself of how, like, absolutely despondent I was. Like, no
Yeah.
thanks.
Jeez.
Oh, interesting enough. Yeah. Yeah. There's some stuff going on, but the temple's moving all the dirt.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
The damage has been done and we have evidence, so it's too late now.
Yeah. Hopefully, you're
hope you got
documenting.
That drone up in the air.
We did.
Yeah.
But just strange.
Hmm.
Okay.
They've moved a lot of dirt too. There's been a guy out there every day for 2 weeks now
Wow.
on a bobcat.
Well, that's awesome. Like,
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
They've
kind
dug
of.
it down, but they still have like 3 feet to go before was at where
Yeah,
it was.
it's still
before.
so much higher than where it was.
is there
But
a
if they
rhyme or reason? Or I mean, does it appear that they're about to do some construction, or does it look like they're intentionally moving the dirt that caused your damage?
They're moving the dirt.
They're moving the
Jeez,
dirt
I'm
from
sure
one
of that.
side of their property to the other.
Uh-huh.
well, okay. That only helps you, so that's fine.
I mean, I guess it's just like it's strange.
Thanks.
Yeah. And I think I mentioned this in one of the videos. We got one of the 2 SBA loans approved.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, it's a smaller one. So it helps. It helps a little, not a lot, but
Everything
at
helps.
least-
That's good.
So hopefully we close on that in a couple weeks or something. So that'll be helpful. We're still working on the bigger one, but the bigger one's more complex. So that's the one that covers the dealership and all the cars and everything.
Mm.
So we'll see.
Cool.
But that will definitely help get our company back running operational better.
That's
if
great
we can
news.
do that.
Yeah, that is great news.
And don't forget, everyone, Dan got a government-funded loan faster than I got my money back from Haggerty.
Well, we haven't got any money yet.
Well,
I got
Please-
approved.
we got approved.
Yeah, that is. I mean, I went through all the bureaucracy of the government for a loan.
Yeah, and
before you
SBA
got-
is not easy. SBA
No.
is annoying.
dude, they wanted so much documentation and so much crap.
Just wait
So
for the
the funny-
audits because they
Yeah.
forget that they gave it to you, and they're like, "Oh,
Oh no! Right now, so this is my favorite. Right now, they're like, "Oh, we need this and this paperwork." Right. So the way their system works, if you don't give them what they need within like 3 days, they like rescind your application.
oh, jeez."
Yeah.
And so like basically it just means it's on pause, but like the language behind it makes you think, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then you have to reapply every time. Like you have to resubmit your application. Whatever. Anyway, so like they wanted some paperwork and we didn't have it available within 3 days, so I had to like get it and whatever. And then like so we emailed it to them because they said, oh, you could just email it, respond to this email. We did, and it doesn't show up in the system. And so I try and like reapply or whatever, and the system doesn't have it. And so then they called me today after they emailed me a week ago saying we don't have it. Like, yeah, so we don't have it in the system. Like, we emailed it to you. And like, yeah, it's not there. And I'm like, okay, can I upload it? Because I uploaded it this morning. And they're like, I don't see it. I'm like,
Oh my
can I
god,
email it again? They're like, sure. So I
computers
email
are
it
hard,
again.
Dan. Come on,
I just,
you used to be in
government-
software. Computers are so hard. Emails get lost all the time.
I'm just like, oh my god. To be fair, the people that have been working with the SBA have been really kind,
That's good.
but
Yeah, they've
My
been
God.
nice. But yeah,
They've been
they're
very
a little
nice.
slow.
they're dealing with the constraints that were set upon them. So I don't blame
Yeah.
them. But my God, is it
Yep.
awful?
Yeah.
10 times worse than a mortgage. How much
Probably
maintenance-
probably needs everything.
Yeah, I mean, without documentation, it could need anywhere from $0 to tens of thousands of dollars in work. You just
I would guess. I mean, yeah. What documentation does it have?
Well, so like, if you're not doing the work yourself, what's the yearly budget for a 360 between Gabe and you two? Like, well, it's shit. Scott, you had one.
$5,000?
About $5,000 a year.
Yeah, and you'll have years with less and more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But if you're
Yep.
just setting aside $5,000 a year,
oh, you
Guaranteed.
probably have more than enough at $5,000 a year.
Yep, more than enough.
Yeah,
Particularly if you can
Once
do-
you buy a shit box that you got to dump 20 grand
Yeah.
into right away to get it on the road.
yeah. I would say $3,000 a year.
Also, is he doing it or is he taking it somewhere?
Right,
That's a big
right.
question.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, if you would have sent yours to Ferrari, it was like what, $46,000?
Yeah. 42, I think, was the total.
42.
$42,000. I opened that app and I was like, what the f- are you? I couldn't believe it. I thought it was some kind of like I was
Wow.
getting punked.
Like, did you put the comma in the wrong spot?
Now, to be fair, they had a bunch of stuff like ceramic coating and undercarriage or what, but that was only like about $5 extra grand of just BS that I didn't need.
$5,000 of BS.
But
their
the,
markup
the,
bullshit.
the major, the clutch, and the rear main was that added up to like 38.
Oh my God. That's just, that's insulting.
Yeah. I couldn't.
Josh, we are way too nice to people.
I guess. Jeez. But I don't think anybody's going to say okay to a $40,000 bill on a 360 though.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
What? Like half the value of the car.
I was stunned.
Yeah, crazy.
No comment.
What's your comment, Tyler?
No, I have none. No. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, McLaren.
Well, yeah, McLaren. Some other things I'll say after. Yeah.
Oh, you
No
got
comment.
you got some big bills on other things.
No comment.
Oh no.
The answer is no, but no comment.
Oh, okay. I think did you get a bill we don't know about yet?
They tried.
Oh, oh, the
Did they try
camera.
to get you on the 488? Yeah, I
Oh,
figured.
Lord.
Ask. Do you heard what happened with Loper's F12?
Yes.
No,
Oh my
no. What?
God. I don't know if he wants that on the internet either.
Yeah, I won't. I'll say it after.
Yeah.
Oh
They-
man.
They tried to screw him, and I advised him to take it elsewhere. And Ferrari was trying to screw him for a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's just the.
Times are hard for everyone.
Yeah, I guess.
I love this.
Oh shit.
Seriously.
Hey, some of those chopper guys are disabled. They can't ride a two-wheel.
Oh, that's
true.
true.
They
There
need a
are
trike.
some
They need
there
a
are
trike.
there are trike Harleys. That's true. But dude, I mean, I just look at those things running down the road. I'm like, you can't think you look cool in that.
Oh,
Like literally, no one looks at that and is like, oh man, I wanna hang out with that person. Like I mean, I literally would look at a Toyota Camry and be like, that person's probably more interesting. Oh my god. Silence.
Ran out of
Yep.
stuff to talk about.
yeah, I know.
Like,
A
we have
long week.
6 minutes. Ask some questions quick. I'm losing it here. Ay.
Yep. Do, 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 do.
Anybody?
Right. I think all of our brains simultaneously just collapsed.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Dude,
Yeah.
does any of y'all follow Ventra?
What?
Bald head
Oh,
guy.
yeah,
He was-
360 guy.
Yeah, he was part of. I think he was with Hoonigan or Donut. I forget, but when they split up, he started his own
Oh,
channel.
Ventra.
Ventra, right?
Oh
He,
yeah.
Is that the guy that offered us a 360?
He wanted to sell his 360
Yes,
to us
yeah.
at some
Oh.
stupid numbers.
Yeah.
Really? He wouldn't sell it? You know, he's been
Yeah.
continuously upgrading. But anyway, he just had it painted like toilet bowl cleaner blue. I don't even know how to describe it.
Scott.
And then
No.
and he's got like
How to make your car unsellable.
he converted it to manual. He's got some like raised wheels on it. You know, the
He-
TE35.
He like replaced the interior with some aftermarket interior. Like
Oh,
that
he
yeah.
dyed it for $100. That was his thing.
Yeah, right.
I
That's
thought he
right.
put in aftermarket seats or something.
Oh,
He did. He did.
Yeah.
And it's got a houndstooth print on it.
Dude,
But,
that car is worth like nothing at this point.
He just unveiled the color. I was like, what?
I haven't seen that.
I mean, it wouldn't even look good on a TVR. Not, you know, something you
He,
expect.
he
something
wanted to buy. Oh, he wanted to do a trade for a 430 or something like that with us. And I think he wanted to value that car at like 120 or something like that. And I was like, dude, no.
What?
I'm like, I'll give you 60. And that's being generous.
Damn.
I was like, no, like we don't want your car. Because I'm not gonna be able to sell it.
Yeah, he had the most boring spec. Silver with
That's
tan
like-
wheel, like
Dude, that's like there's a what was it? I think it's a 430 that's been on the market forever at a really high price, but it has a wing on it. Someone bolted on a wing. And so like it was funny because you'd see the front of it and you're like, ooh, that's a good looking 430. And they showed all the interior pictures, like, oh man, it's a great spec. And then the last picture, it shows the rear, and you see the spoiler on it, and you're like, "Oh!"
Never mind.
God.
I mean, your 458 had one when you bought it, didn't
But
it?
it got removed. No, it was removed before I bought it.
Oh, okay.
Well, hilariously, one of the companies we know bought that car, and they sent me a picture like, "Hey, would you be interested in this car?" And I'm like, "You just bought the world's most unsellable 430." And they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna remove the spoiler." Like, yeah. Anyway,
The Elise.
I mean,
That is opposite of a Viper.
kidding.
It'd be kind of cool to try one.
Yeah, they're
Yeah, I
fun.
want to try. I want to try one. I don't want to own one.
Yeah.
They're fun to toss around. Hard to get in. Surprisingly, a lot of leg room when you are in there. But don't crack that clamshell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Ooh.
This is
Mhm.
another question. I guess it
I mean,
depends
I'd
what
rather-
months it is.
I'd rather have the 430 now and then work towards getting a
Well,
480.
for a 08 430, you could probably get a driver's quality 458 or close.
Maybe. Well, I just posted in comments. I don't know if we're going to get to it, but like, if he doesn't have supercar history on loans,
That's true.
430 is probably the way to go.
True.
Assuming he needs a loan. I mean,
Assuming he needs a loan. If he doesn't, then
Yeah.
that's a good question.
Oh, God. Yeah, that damn Nova. Actually, I don't mind the ducktail when they put the ducktail on it, but when they actually bolt like a standoff wing on the back, it just looks awful. Absolutely awful. Like, why? Ugh. No wings. Yeah. Okay, yeah. If it's got like uprights and everything, like
Oh,
the
no.
full, yeah. Nope.
yeah, who buys a 458 and then does that to it? I mean, just
So,
a guy
If
that
it's
we don't
not-
want to hang out with.
If it's not a challenge car and it's not going on the racetrack,
Yeah.
it doesn't need a wing.
Period.
Period.
did you see the set of Furiano wing on the new Testarossa?
No.
It's only on the rear haunches. It's not over the center of the car. It's just the ends of it.
Oh, it's kind of
It's
like,
like two
the Pagani.
pieces,
Yeah.
one on each side.
Yeah, it's weird. Look it up.
Yeah. I don't
It's
know
weird.
about that.
The FXX have that too.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's what XX cars did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're effectively making their car slower with drag at lower speeds,
Yeah.
which makes no sense.
Unless you're gonna track it and like
Yeah,
Down-
but they're not.
downforce, yo.
Yeah. No one's tracking in that. So.
Probably not.
But they want to say
Well-
they do, so that's cool.
Well, it is 9:30. We survived. Cool. I haven't edited the video for Saturday yet, so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. No idea. Hopefully I can finish it tomorrow. But thank you all for joining us as always. We appreciate it. I guess that's about it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
literally how I feel right now. So
man, it's been a long week.
Yeah.
all right. We'll
Cheers,
see you
y'all.
guys next
You guys
week.
later.
Always
Bye.
fun. You guys.